everybody! Who's excited? I'm excited.
Hi, everyone.
I am so excited. So welcome. So we're letting everybody in. We're getting all the audios connected. Oh, I love it. I love seeing faces from around the world. I mean, we've got the islands here. We have, let's see, Nigeria and South America and New York and California and Arizona and, oh my goodness, Australia and Idaho, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Kansas, Nebraska, Texas, a couple from Texas. So exciting. Who did I miss? If you are here on with us, go ahead and put in the chat where you are calling or joining us from. Jamaica. Welcome, Dr. Rose and Angelica from California and Frank from Colorado and Doreen from Virginia and Sylvia from Georgia. You know what I love about this community? There's no borders, there's no walls. We're all here together with the same passion and desire to help people. I mean, we've got Beverly in Florida and John in Australia and Carmen in Maryland and Bronwyn in Australia and Angelica in the USA. Awesome. I'm in the USA. I know Dr. Wallach is in the USA. Paul in one corner of the world, which is Cheryl is close to that corner also. Rod, almost as much as you can get. Coach Rod with our co-host here. In Pennsylvania with another co-host in Washington in another corner with Heather and another co-host. Wow. So, and yeah, I absolutely love all the smiling faces. We got Caroline in Australia. So fantastic. Well, it is my honor. My name is Becca Dukes, and I am Student Services Manager here with the Institute of Wholistic Health. I am your girl to make sure that you are getting the information that you need to be the best certified holistic health coach possible ever in the world. This is an amazing community, amazing opportunity, and something that is so needed in a world where we look at the charts, we look at the news, we look at medical reports, and health is just declining. Well, guess what? We've got the answer. And now many of you have the answer as well. And we're excited to be able to introduce the 10th graduating class. And with that, I want to introduce our co-founders of the Institute of Holistic Health, Paul Croto and Cheryl Morley, but I think it should be reversed. Cheryl Morley and Paul Croto. Hey, welcome to the 10th graduation, guys.
Oh my gosh, Becca, thank you. We are so excited to be here. And Paul, wait, do you want to say something before I jump?
I'm just super excited to be here. It's this is my favorite time of the quarter. I mean, these days are so touching for me. You know, we always talk about living on purpose and doing what God has put us here to do. So Cheryl and I are just beyond honored to be here and to put this course together and to see all these graduates from all these different classes come together once every 90 days to celebrate the new client or new coaches that have become certified. So Cheryl, this is an incredible day, and I can't thank you enough for putting all this together and being an amazing partner in all this.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Paul. And since you're the detail person, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't have happened without you. So thank you so much. It's been a real pleasure over the last couple of years to do this, and really congratulations to each one of you today. I'm so excited when there's a graduation because it just means that many more people that are going to join us in the wonderful community that we have. And it's just, you know, I'm grateful to be here. I was thinking about that this morning and about you know, and each of you think about this, like the an opportunity came into your life and you grasped that opportunity and moved forward with that. And I just think, and I was thinking about that, and I did that 27 years ago, right? When I very first heard Dr. Wallach's, back then it was a cassette. I'm giving away my age, but listen to Dr. Wallach's cassette, Dead Doctors Don't Lie, and then really took that to heart. It really made a lot of sense to me. And then I got to meet Dr. Wallach, and oh my gosh, my whole life completely changed. He is, well, you know, he was and is on a mission, right? That's what he is. He wanted to create an army of people and pay them an insane amount of money to get his message out, to spread his message, because we know that knowledge is power. And that's what he's done. I think he has the biggest heart of anyone I've ever met. He has sacrificed so much in his life so that we can have the things and the tools that we have, so that we can go out and spread his message and help other people. So with that, I want to turn it over to my mentor, my friend, and really just the greatest guy in the world, Dr. Joel Wallach. Hi, Dr. Wallach.
Hi, Cheryl. Thank you so much for your kind words and that little bit of history. Appreciate that. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Becca. Thank you, team. And welcome to all of our visitors, graduates, and new graduates. This, I understand, is the 10th graduating class, okay, of our certified holistic health coaches. There's 32 graduates this time, I believe, somewhere around there, 32. And of course, there's such a great need. There's over 600 different diseases that humans have that are all nutritional deficiency diseases and can be prevented and gotten rid of. Now, the medical system wants you to believe that they're all genetic or and are autoimmune, your body's attacking itself. That's absolutely positively not true. There are no genetically transmitted diseases. And that's why my thesis is in the Smithsonian Institute as a national treasure. Represents 20,000 autopsies of 454 species of animals plus humans, 20,000 autopsies. My thesis is in the Smithsonian Institute as a national treasure. Very, very proud of that. And of course, it's been a journey. Okay, I've been doing this since I was 9 years old. I figured it out when I was 9. I had what would be called Tourette's syndrome today. And my parents had taken me to 20 different doctors over a period of 5 years. They couldn't figure out what I had. They're going to institutionalize me, and that didn't sound good. So over the weekend, while they're packing my clothes, getting ready to put me in the institution on Monday, I go to the barn and I start eating. Instead of having Cheerios and oatmeal for breakfast, I dumped all that out for the chickens and put the alfalfa pellets from our calves into my cereal bowl. The alfalfa pellets had vitamins and minerals. They were vitamin mineral fortified alfalfa pellets. Put milk in there, had them for Saturday morning, Sunday morning, and Monday morning when they were supposed to take me to the Institute and put me in there for the rest of my life. And by the third afternoon, okay, I was cured after 5 years of getting worse and worse and worse and worse. So when I was 9 years old, I knew that doctors didn't know much about many diseases. You know, doctors can be good. I'm not going to say are always good, but they can be good for trauma, fractures, that kind of stuff. But when it comes to metabolic diseases, they really don't know, okay? There are over 600 different diseases that can be prevented and cured, okay, with the knowledge that you, as again, certified holistic health care coaches, you have this knowledge now. Take your certificate and your knowledge and restore human health. Now, I'm going to give you some benchmarks. Let's see here, 50 years ago, the longest lived human being in modern times in the past 100 years or so that we know of in the Western world, I'll say in the Western world, was Jean Calment from France. So she died at age 122 years and 164 days. And that's just shows you where we can go. Now, what makes that important is the Hunzas, okay, from the little valleys in the Himalayan mountains, their life expectancy is 120. Here in America, our life expectancy is 75 to 79, depending on whose data you look at. Why is their life expectancy 120. Well, that's because they live in all these little valleys in the Himalayan mountains. And the valleys are surrounded by all these volcanoes, and they're constantly showered with volcanic ash that has all these minerals from the volcanoes that go into their water, go into their fields, and so forth. And they're getting all these minerals. And that was the clue. That was the clue, because I was looking for a clue. It was very obvious that those people had the clue. And so that's why we have our plant-derived colloidal minerals. We don't just grind up rocks like everybody else, grind up limestone, okay, or grind up granite and make them a supplement. Okay, no. We go to the place where we can get these plant-derived colloidal minerals. They have 75, and some batches have 78 different minerals in them. And they're plant-derived, they're colloidal, they're easily absorbed, and so forth. That's what makes us different, are these plant-derived colloidal minerals. And so I'm very, very excited about this. And of course, over the years, I've created, I think, 21 best-selling books. I've got 4 more coming out here, one of which Rebecca Kozak is what should I say, a driving force, is the Wallach Revolution. Oh my gosh, it'll blow your mind, the Wallach Revolution, okay? And then, of course, I did one with pharmacist Keith. It's 10 CDs. Each CD is a disease and what you can do nutritionally to prevent and reverse these diseases. And of course, Cheryl's husband and I, Jonathan Emore, attorney, we worked together, gosh, almost 30 years. And we actually have 9 wins against the FDA, Food and Drug Administration, in federal court. My favorite one is where we were able to put the minerals, particularly selenium, into the baby formulas, Enfamil, Similac, and the like. And that's because I had found in 1976, when I was working for the Yerkes Primate Center at Emory University in Atlanta, Georgia, and I found the first non-human case of cystic fibrosis. I got it prepared to go to a big national meeting and present this. I had found the cause, prevention, and cure for cystic fibrosis ought to be one of the most outlandish, outrageous genetic birth defects in humans. And it was really just a simple nutritional deficiency disease. I handed in my paper so they could approve it, and they fired me. They just fired me. Okay. And what can I say? So at any rate, I went back to school and became a naturopathic physician, went to the school in Portland, Oregon, NCNM, which is now NUNM. Okay, it's now a university instead of a college. Very proud of that. And again, to make a long story short, we're able to prevent and reverse 600 different diseases. Very, very proud of that. And so, but we need an army, as Cheryl pointed out, to do this. Well, again, when we put these nutrients into the baby formulas, we eliminated cystic fibrosis, we eliminated muscular dystrophy. We gave the information to Jerry Lewis, and Jerry got excited. He took the information to the Muscular Dystrophy Association. They summarily fired him September 4th, 2011, and shut down the telethon after he had worked for them for 50 years and raised $2.5 billion with his telethons for 50 years for their research. They summarily fired him and shut down the telethon. Okay. And then, of course, we also got rid of sudden death syndrome. And the doctors for years and years and years and years said the babies were dying under 1 year of age because the mothers were laying on them and suffocating them. They were dying of hypertrophic cardiomyopathy heart disease, the same disease that kills 500 to 1,000 young athletes in America each year. So with all that said, we have an army now, and this graduating class of 32 people is joining this army. And I mean, I could go on and on and on for hours, but I want to make sure I stay in my time frame here that I was given. And how much time do I have left? I have what, 2 minutes left? And so I'm going to remind everybody that we're talking about getting rid of the bad foods, the good food, bad food list. So it's worth 2 minutes to do that. No bad foods, no fried foods, no processed meats of any kind, no ham, no bacon, no bologna, salami, none of that kind of stuff, sausage, all that's got to go because of the chemicals. Absolutely no oils, no cooking oils, absolutely no salad dressings because they oxidize and turn into trans fats, heterocyclamines, and acrylamides, cause cancer. Absolutely no gluten, no wheat, no rye oats, and no buckwheat because buckwheat contains phagopyrines, which act just like gluten, and they cause lupus. the classic external symptoms and bowel symptoms of lupus erythema. That's the gluten and the phagopyrines from buckwheat, fibromyalgia, irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's disease, celiac disease, diverticulitis, metabolic syndrome, which is obesity, diabetes, and high blood pressure, all due to nutritional deficiencies. And then here comes the big one, central nervous system demyelinization. Cholesterol makes up 25% of your brain weight, 25% of your spinal cord weight. It makes up 50 to 75% of the total accumulation of your cholesterol in your body, in your skull, and your spinal cord, your brain, your spinal cord. And you get Parkinson's disease when you have a deficiency of cholesterol. Okay, you get Alzheimer's disease when you have a deficiency of cholesterol. You get Tourette syndrome when you have a deficiency of cholesterol. You get MS, multiple sclerosis, is a deficiency of cholesterol. Guillain-Barré syndrome is a cholesterol deficiency. You always hear me eat 3 eggs with soft yolks twice a day for adults. For kids, soft scrambled eggs and butter, soft poached eggs and butter, not hard boiled, not fried. And we can get rid of all these diseases, including MS and Guillain-Barré syndrome, Tourette syndrome, psoriasis, Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's disease. Okay. And if they want to prove it, get an MRI. Get an MRI. And of course, there's been a famous movie star and TV star just diagnosed with MS. We have feelers out hoping that she will contact us because we can reverse her MS and Guillain-Barré syndrome very quickly. But you want to get these people to get an MRI, magnetic resonance, imaging, magnetic resonance imaging. And you actually get like a picture of your white matter of your brain. You see where the brain is all crumpled up because 25% of your brain weight normally is cholesterol. So when it goes away, that 25% goes away and your gray matter all just crumples up and you get all these diseases. You can see that on an MRI. You cannot see it on an X-ray. On an X-ray, you can see osteoporosis of the skull. And of course, there are 37 different diseases you can get from osteoporosis of the skull. And of course, we have the book and the CD that Rebecca and I recorded. And so we're very, very proud of this. And so everybody needs to add this, what should I say? The formula to get rid of these diseases is in the book. And so you don't have to be searching around to find the prevention and cures. It's all in the book. It's all in the CD. Okay, with that, I'm going to turn that back to Cheryl. And again, thank you so much, Cheryl, for you and your team and all the things you've done all these years. Very, very proud of you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Wallach. That was absolutely awesome. And thank you for being with us today. It's so important for us to see you and hear of your wisdom and just really feel your heart. So thank you. We love you so much. And we're so grateful for the vision and the mission that you have really set for us.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That warms my heart. I can't thank you and your team enough. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay. All right, next. So I am super excited that we not only have Dr. Wallach on here today to talk for a moment about you guys, but we have another special guest. We absolutely love him. I really believe that his heart is as big as his dad's, and he is here for us all the time. And he's really, yes, he is good at so many things, but I absolutely love the way that he formulates our products and makes sure that our products are the very best on the market. I could say a million things about him, but but I will say one thing: I love his wife. Okay, so I do have to throw that in there. Now, okay, so I want to turn the time then over to Steve Wallach. Hi, Steve.
Well, hi, Cheryl. I love my wife too.
Yes.
Very smart.
And I've known my father all my life, and so I've learned a tremendous amount from him. Definitely have gotten my heart from him. Definitely have gotten the knowledge of formulating and things. And you've heard me say this, Cheryl, but for everybody else's benefit that hasn't heard me say it 1,000 times already, when people say, well, what's different about your products? I mean, there's a lot of products on the market now, and a couple things. I tell my father these days, look, he's won the battle and the war when we started this company 26 years ago, and you remember this, Cheryl, because you were just a kid, but you had the same conversations with customers and distributors that all of us had all along and still have these days. But people back then would say, well, I need to take this to my doctor. I need to get their approval. I need to see what they say. And today, it's 80% of the adults in the United States take some form of supplementation. And, I don't think there's a day that goes by when I'm talking to people in longevity or about supplementation, not necessarily about longevity in that regard, but health professionals, consistently say, I got into this field because of your father. I got into this field because of that tape. I got into this field because of that lecture. I hear it all the time. And so I tell my father, look, you've won that war where, people thought this was some crazy, vitamin pushers or that crazy mineral, person on the street corner that my father, talks about in his lectures. And so, those days are over. But when people say, well, what's different about your products? Because there's a lot of products on the market. There's a lot of good products on the market. My father has talked about things that have been cutting edge for decades and decades. And, he's got the scars and arrows in his back from, popularizing things that today, I was talking to Jonathan Emord, your husband, probably, I don't know, a month or two ago. And he said, Steve, the crazy stuff that your father has said for so long, now everybody just understands it to be common sense. It's commonsensical. I mean, everybody just knows it now. 20, 30, 40 years ago, it was, how can he say such things? And, when we built the building in Chula Vista, fortunately, my grandmother had saved so many of the newspaper articles because my father was busy raising us 4 kids and busy with, 4 careers and building businesses and medical practices. Fortunately, my grandmother had saved a lot of those newspaper articles that my father just, didn't even think to save back then because it was no big deal. It was just sort of an everyday occurrence. He'd be, in some national newspaper for something. And so, when that tape, Dead Doctors Don't Lie, went viral when viral was a good thing. And before the internet, it still, made the rounds around the world in probably 40, 50 different languages. Zillions of companies were claiming credit to it, all those things. And you lived through that, Cheryl, as did I. But, people would say, hey, look, Dr. Wallach's crazy. How could one guy do all these things? How could he say this? How could he do that? Well, all those newspaper articles, people, one of the things, I used to hear commonly was, sure, he worked with Marlin Perkins. It's easy to say that. And, if you can't prove it, then, you just can't prove it, but you can keep saying it. Well, we have a great newspaper article about my father working with Marlin Perkins that we chose to hang on the walls of Longevity in Chula Vista. And any of you are welcome to come see it. Most of you have already come and seen it, but not just that article, but a ton of articles. And so that pretty much eliminated all those crazy questions. And then my father's holding up his book, Dead Doctors Don't Lie. That was written because there were so many questions about a 2-hour lecture tape that he felt he needed to write the book to be Dead Doctors Don't Lie, the rest of the story, really, because there's so much more he could put in that book. And me reading that book, I lived the things he talks about in that book. It's really an autobiography, I would say, of my father's life. But I grew up as a kid attached to my father's hip, essentially living those things that are in that book. And I was on the One Star call the other morning. Some of you may have heard it, talking about, and you've maybe heard me talk about it in other calls as well. But growing up with my father, we grew up in we lived in zoos. I lived in a zoo. I thought everybody lived in zoos when I was a kid. I just normal, but apparently not. And but I would hang out at the other zoos with my father because I got to spend time with my father. And obviously I love animals, share his passion for animals. but that was my way of being able to spend time with my father because he was at work. And so the same holds true with network marketing. When my father was introduced to network marketing as a medical doctor, as a naturopathic doctor, naturopathic physician, with 3 different clinics, seeing patients all day, somebody introduced him to network marketing in the mid 80s. And he fell in love with the concept of getting information out to people. So it was leveraging the information. That's where the idea, I think, for lecture tapes came from, was to be able to share and leverage the tools and then the books and so forth. And so, I talked about on one of the recent one-star calls, I think, that was my way to continue being able to spend time with my father, was to go to network marketing meetings when he would go to network marketing meetings, because he would be at clinics and things, or teaching at the naturopathic college, nutrition. And so I couldn't spend time with him there really, but I could go to network marketing meetings. And so as a kid, I would say adopted his passion for the business model of network marketing, of getting great products out to people that are looking for great products and information, and to have a fantastic business opportunity attached to it. And I've been involved in traditional businesses, non-traditional businesses, network marketing businesses. And I can tell you that you don't want to be a landlord or a business owner that has a landlord either. And employees and things like that unnecessarily, it's employees are great, but at the same time, a network marketing business, you don't have to rent a space, lease a space, pay for, I'm going to use my father's terminology, a yellow pages ad. I don't think there are yellow pages anymore, but advertising, you get the idea. And so all of those things, but in telling people what's different about our products is to circle back to, I think, my own question, which is my father's experience and knowledge goes into all our products. So when we formulate products, my father's involved in all of that, and certainly gives his input and feedback on everything. But every product we create at Longevity has my father's core philosophies involved in making those products. And so one of the simplest ways to describe our products and my father's philosophy, which is our products, is as close to nature as possible. And so you've all heard him talk about salt your food to taste, butter's better, avoid vegetable oils, avoid the 12 bad foods. These are simple things and concepts, but they're true. And it's so funny because some of the things that people would rail against my father, and the lecture Dead Doctors Don't Lie, the statements he would make that butter's better, it drove critics insane that butter was better, because our government, our FDA, our traditional nutritional scientists and medical doctors were heavily promoting the fact that margarine's better, butter's bad, eggs are bad, salt is bad. You don't need vitamins and minerals. Same people, you don't need vitamins and minerals. You're just wasting your money, expensive urine, right? And so bottom line is, what goes into our products ultimately is my father's philosophies that I'll put up anybody's experience when it comes to understanding nutrition and longevity, health and wellness, to my father's. And I personally have heard my father talk with scientists at the highest levels, on their level, and if you sat there and listened to him talk to them in their own language, it would blow your mind, because it's not how he talks to the rest of us. It's not how he normally is, but he can hold his own with the smartest people in the world in chemistry, biology, medicine, traditional medical stuff. He's written a 1,200-page textbook that's recommended by the Smithsonian Institute, for example. That is my father in that world. He has all that knowledge. He can do all of those things, but he chooses to work with all of us at a grassroots level in getting this information out, because he's made it his life's work, his life's mission to do that. He could have gone that other route, believe me, but I think he has much more fun doing this. So I know that's a long, crazy answer, but
That was so great. Thank you, Steve. I can't thank you enough for jumping on here and saying a few words about your father is amazing. I mean, it doesn't, the apple
He
doesn't
is
fall apart.
amazing. And Paul, what I really wanted to jump on here about, but you had me follow the greatest guy I could possibly follow. So it made it really, really
Sorry
difficult.
about that. Yeah.
But no, it's totally fine. It's totally fine. Always. But you know, what I wanted to jump on here to really do was congratulate everybody on the health coach program. I can't believe you guys are graduating another class. I mean, it seems like it was just yesterday that the prior class was graduating. Time flies, man. But you know, what I have seen people do with what you and Cheryl have put together with this health coaching certification course and program is it really elevates people's understanding, knowledge, but their ability to help people, because with that certification, people listen to what they have to say. It gives them credibility, and it should. It's well deserved, but it does give you that credibility because you have that certification. It is hugely valuable, whether you use it in longevity, which I hope you do, or elsewhere. It's something you can take with you forever and use in your everyday life as well. But definitely it adds an amazing amount of value just to everybody's lives, I would say, but definitely to the people you're helping with nutritional knowledge.
Thank you so much for those kind words, Steve. And I've learned so much from you over the years on health and wellness. And I know you always are researching and staying cutting edge on all the things coming out. And, the products you've been able to create at Longevity, the company you've been able to create is just absolutely amazing. I mean, it is obviously Dr. Wallach has the best message out there. But the products are just equally as important. We have to have products that really work. And what you've done, especially with the past couple of years, with all the challenges and getting the right ingredients and keeping things running at corporate, has just been amazing. And we can't thank you enough for all that you do on a daily basis. People have no idea the things you go through to keep the wheels turning and everything in line. So again, we can't thank you enough for doing all of that. And so I'm just so excited to hear from my two favorite guys in the world. And actually later this week, I'll have an opportunity to fly out and see both of you. So I'm super excited to see you guys, spend some time with you. Love spending time with you and learning from both of you. So thank you so much for jumping on, Steve.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. Congratulations again, everybody. Great job. Fantastic.
Thank you, Steve. Yeah, for those of you that have been watching the news and may have seen a clip or two about Buffalo, New York, they may have shown a house that had a lot of snow on it. That was my house. Okay, it's no joke here right now. So I'm excited to fly out of here this week and go to Arizona for a little bit because it is really bad here right now. But enough of my problems. What I want to do now is I want to thank Doc for just a quick second. So Cheryl can pop on here too because she's going to read off the first half of the list here. But on Dr. Walk, I'm sure on Thursday your ears were ringing because Cheryl and I did a podcast on legacy, and we used you as the example. And there's just no person on this planet that I can think of that has more of an amazing legacy than you have done. I mean, you have worked your entire life to identify the root causes of all these health problems people are having. You mentioned over 600 different health problems that you've researched and done autopsies on and been able to connect the dots and see that the reason why people are having this problem and that problem and that problem is because of these deficiencies. That's the whole problem is the deficiency. And in the world we live in today, people turn to pharmaceutical drugs so fast, that I'm going to take this drug and it's going to cure me. But they never look at what really caused the problem in the first place. And that's that's the whole foundation to the entire course that Cheryl and I created is helping people understand your message of how it's these deficiencies that are causing all these health problems. And once we fix the root cause of these health problems, these deficiencies, we are able to not only fix that problem, but prevent other problems from happening in the future. So the impact you've had on the world, Dr. Wallach, is immeasurable. And I wake up every single morning. Cheryl wakes up every single morning. We talk to each other first thing. And we are so grateful to be successors of your legacy. And nothing makes me feel better than to carry on all the teachings you have done, all the information you've installed into me and Cheryl, and share that with the rest of the world. And we knew the same thing you knew. We knew that we can't do it ourselves. You can't do it yourself. You needed to create that army of people to really go out there and spread this message. And so we're super excited that we put this course together, this certification together. It's really the Dr. Wallach certification to learn all the philosophies that Dr. Wallach teaches, because they work. There's nothing in this world that works better than Dr. Wallach's recommendations. So thank you so much, Doc, and your legacy, we promise, will be carried on for decades and decades and decades, centuries to come. And I'm going to make sure of it. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, let's turn it over to Cheryl, and she's going to read the first section of graduates for the 10th. Isn't that crazy, Cheryl? 10th graduation?
I cannot believe it. I seriously cannot believe it.
Like
I'm
Steve
so
said, it's like,
Yeah.
wow, you said number one like a couple of months ago. Well, how do we get to 10 already here?
I don't know.
It's crazy.
Oh my gosh, but I'm so excited that we are here and that we are at number 10. And when you were talking about legacy, Paul, I thought that is so amazing to me, like the way Dr. Wallach did it. So many people have left the legacy, right? But how many people do you know have created a way not only to leave a legacy for his family, but for each of us to make the choice to leave a legacy for ours? I mean, that's so incredible to me. And I'm just so grateful to be able to do that, because like I was thinking about this and kind of talking to Paul a little bit about it, but 27 years ago, when I was working at Taco Bell, I really didn't have a plan on how to leave a legacy for my kids, right? I really did not. I, in fact, wasn't even thinking anything like that. And so to be able to create this with Dr. Wallach and with all of you over 27 years has just been the biggest blessing in my life. So I'm so grateful that each of you are here and have made that decision, right? Because you've made the decision to take on this whole mission and this vision that Dr. Wallach has and carry it on in your own life and on your own journey, and we're doing that together. So I love that. All right, I am ready to read the first group of names. And I always say before that you have to please forgive me if I say your name a little bit wrong. I don't mean to, but it's just the way that I see it. So I apologize at the start. Okay, so here we go. Sharon Marie Anderson, Dan Chittock, Ada Wendy Corney, Zipka Cohen, Marion DeWare, Laura DeWare Jones, John Duker, Sylvia B. Durham, Roberta D. Evans, Delwyn Gail Kays, Zienna H.B. Keith, Barbara Ann Keck, Anne Marie T. Gaines, Stephanie Garrison, Carmen Yolanda Limparis, Jean Johnson Little, and Karen Martin. Congratulations to each and every one of you, and welcome to our health coaching community as a certified health coach.
I'm also going to give Cheryl a round of applause for reading off all those names. She does an amazing job with that. It's like a special talent you have for making people feel awesome and reading names correctly. So thank you, Cheryl. And what we're going to do now, based on the current graduates that are graduating right now, is what we like to do on every graduation is have a few people come on from the graduating class and speak on behalf of them. So no pressure, but the entire class is banking on you representing them and speaking on their behalf. So we specifically picked some very, very special people. And we have a couple to start with, which is really cool. I don't think we've ever done this before, where we had a husband and wife graduating together. Isn't that the coolest thing, Cheryl? Like, how come we don't have?
Oh my
that
gosh, I
situation?
love that. I think when I saw him, I'm like, oh my gosh, that is so cool. And I think that,
Yeah.
I think it's so neat to do, you know, to be able to do this together. I mean, I love it. I love the whole idea.
It's very, very cool. So I can't wait to hear their story. So without further ado, I would like to introduce Ben and Michelle Timmis. Did I pronounce your name correctly?
Close enough. Timus.
Timmis.
Timus.
That's close enough.
Yes.
And thank you for the pressure.
You're welcome.
And first, I want to thank Dr. Wallach, the younger Dr. Wallach, for eating those alfalfa pellets. Okay, because obviously that's what started all this, and we're just so grateful to be a part of this, and we congratulate everybody who took part of this. Congratulate all the students, and thank you, Paul and Cheryl and Rebecca, for all that you guys are doing, because I know there's a lot of heavy lifting involved, along with Dr. Wallach, that we don't see. But for me, it's really a passionate mission because, my mother, she got diagnosed in 2009 with Alzheimer's. And when I heard the Dead Doctors Don't Lie CD, it just blew my mind. And at that point, I just did everything I could to make sure to maintain her. And since 2009, here we are in 2022, my mother is functioning great.
Wow. Fantastic.
Incredible.
And I went through so much battle with my own family with it, with the doctors. And at one point, my mother had a blood clot in her leg, and they put her on Coumadin, and she ended up with bleeding ulcers.
Mm-hmm.
And so much is going on for us, and my own health problems that I had that the 90 really helped me with tremendously when the medical field couldn't do anything. And, I'm not to be religious about anything, but, I believe it says, Jesus says that you can't be a prophet in your own town. And when I look at this course and I see, that you can be certified health coach, it just adds to credibility, because we're up here in the Northeast, we're in Massachusetts, and this is supposed to be the mecca of medical care.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a battle sometimes with people.
Yeah.
So to have this certification course, we're so grateful for, because it does offer us more credibility. So I'm just grateful for everything, and I look forward to getting to work and making things happen. And here's my wife, Michelle.
Hey,
Excellent.
guys.
Excellent.
So yes, I also want to thank Dr. Wallach and Cheryl and Paul. Thank you so much for creating this incredible program, this incredible certification. I had started this about 2 years ago, tried to do the course back then, but unfortunately life happened. My mom got really sick, and I had to stop the program, but I came back and I'm here. And firstly for me, it just, I'm in the fitness industry, and I teach about 6 to 8 classes a week. And I know that I would never be able to teach the level that I do without these products, without Dr. Wallach's teaching. And this has just given me a great opportunity to give back. We have gotten several customers, over 80 customers with longevity. But this program, this certification, as Steve Wallach had said, does give you the backing, the credential, and I think we can get more serious about keeping these people on and continuing and growing our business and being a part of Dr. Wallach's.
About your digestion.
And being part of Dr. Wallach's army. A big one for me, actually, when I first started, was my digestion. I was diagnosed with IBS. They put me on the popular purple pill, and that didn't work out so well. So I decided I needed to find another route, another way, another avenue. And that's when longevity came into the picture. No longer have those issues, along with proper nutrition, and feeling fantastic. And again, just thrilled to be given this opportunity. And we feel it's a blessing in our lives to share and to give back to others. So that's it.
So incredible. Now, where are you both living right now?
We're in Massachusetts, southeastern Massachusetts.
Awesome. Awesome. It's great. You're up in Patriot country up there.
Yeah.
Yes,
Um,
ma'am.
Amen. Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. My sister lives up in Boston. So
Oh, nice.
Okay.
I visit there often. Great, great city. So, well, so I have a couple of things. First of all, I have a list of Dr. Wallach quotes that I read daily. And one of my favorite ones is that the body can do amazing things as long as you give it what it needs. And so we understand that God is involved here, that God created the human body. We all have a spiritual intelligence inside of each and every one of us that knows how to fix things. But if it doesn't have the raw materials it needs, it can't do that. So with your mother, she got the raw material she needed. She got all 90 nutrients put inside of her, a couple add-on products, and that, it's not the products that work the magic per se, it's the spiritual intelligence inside of her. But without the ingredients, it doesn't work. You can't fix it. So they both have to go hand in hand. And that's just a beautiful story. And I feel so grateful that your mother is doing better and you're doing better. And even you, Michelle, that to see that you had, or hear that you had those health problems. And as Dr. Wallach says, another great quote from Dr. Wallach is that exercise without supplementation is suicide.
Exactly.
So it's, and one of the, Cheryl and I tour the country and we do all these seminars, and one of our favorite slides, we have like a PowerPoint slide that we use, and we show on a slide, we have an athlete, a doctor, and then a guy sitting on the couch, like a couch potato kind of guy, just relaxing. And we always ask the crowd, the audience, which one of these three people, statistically speaking, die the first?
Mhm.
And nobody picks the athlete first, but through all those classes that you're doing, it's just training you beyond what you understand, beyond what any of us understand. So if you're not replacing those nutrients, bad things are going to happen. Now, those bad things show up in different people, different ways, but it's going to be bad. And you've experienced that. And now you're, taking enough of the good stuff to replenish everything that you're losing and all the wear and tear that you're putting onto your body. Not that exercise isn't wonderful. It has so many health benefits, but it is the number one thing that creates free radicals and damage to our body. So thank you both for sharing that story. By the way, the second person that dies, statistically speaking, the fastest is the doctor, and the couch potato, the guy sitting on the couch drinking the beer, lives the longest, statistically speaking. So
But that's
we got to
not
watch who
what
we take
we're
our
all
advice from.
supposed to do, Paul. We're not all supposed to.
Well,
sit on
listen,
the couch
I
and
like
drink beer
I
now.
like to look at statistics when I live my life.
Yeah, I know you. That's all you like to do is look at statistics. Listen, you just need to supplement and still work out. Okay.
Shucks.
Exactly.
All right, we have one more person to put on the hot spot here that is going to represent the 10th graduating class here and speak on their behalf. Another incredible story from Linda Thomas. Linda, are you with us today?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
We sure can, Linda. Welcome and congratulations.
Thank you. I
How
apologize.
excited are you today to be graduating?
Oh, I am so excited. And I want to say good morning to everybody and good afternoon to those in the other time zone. And yes, congratulations to all 32 of us who are graduating, because we're all on this wonderful journey. I got here because for years, I've been searching for an alternative to 2 total knee replacements. November of 2010, I went to see a doctor, had x-rays, and I was told I have degeneration in my knees. Of course, they didn't tell me what was causing it or how to fix it. All they recommended was rehabilitation. But where I was living at the time, I'm in Oklahoma, and I was living in southeastern Oklahoma, but all the doctors are in Oklahoma City. So there was no rehab facility near me. So all I did was I went home and did nothing for 4 years. And not one doctor followed up with me. So by 4 years later, my knees were starting to hurt. I went to see an orthopedic surgeon. He took x-rays and he actually told me I had osteoarthritis and my knees were both bone on bone. So in 4 years, what I didn't even know I had deteriorated to bone on bone arthritis. Well, he recommended 2 total knee replacements, which I wasn't real thrilled about. And he gave me a steroid shot, which helped relieve the pain, but it only lasted 2 weeks. Well, I refused to become the bionic woman. So I started researching arthritis. And I've always been interested in natural healing. I ended up living in California for a while in the early 80s, where everyone was interested in eating healthy and exercising. So I dug out my juicing books, which I picked up while I was in California, and I started juicing 1 grapefruit every day. And within a few weeks, I could walk without pain. And I got serious about losing weight, which was also an issue, I guess, for the knees. And I lost like 30 pounds over several months. Well, that only lasted about 2 years. In 2016, the pain returned. I went to see another orthopedic surgeon. He gave me the same diagnosis, recommended surgery, and gave me another steroid shot. Well, since then, I've been researching arthritis. And August 4th of this year, I was watching the Dr. Artist show, who is interviewing Dr. Peter Glidden. I then watched one of Dr. Glidden's YouTubes, and that's where he recommended 90 for Life nutritional supplements. So I called IWH Health Longevity, and I found Michelle Busaith, my coach. I took the health evaluation, and she helped me figure out what I needed to heal, not just manage the pain, but heal my arthritis. On September 17th of this year, I started taking the 90 for Life. Within 3 weeks, I started noticing some improvement. Within 6 weeks, I could both feel and see a difference in my knees, and I was starting to walk better. If you saw me now, you'd say, "You walk better?" Trust me, I'm improving. So I was so excited that Michelle told me I should take the coaching course. So I signed up at the end of October, and I did about 1 unit a day of almost every day. And I finished the first week in November, and that brought me here to graduation. I'm so forward to looking to healing my arthritis, helping other people do their work. And I'm so thankful to God for introducing me to like Dr. Artist, who led me to Dr. Glidden, who led me to Dr. Wallach, who led me to my coach. So I want to thank all of you.
Well, we want to thank you for those wonderful words and for coming on today and speaking. So tell us a little bit about what you learned in the course, or one thing that really stood out to you in the course.
Oh, well, it's funny. One of the people I worked on the 2020 census, and we keep in touch, and he was in a car accident. And so I started talking to him about all the nutrition that he needed to heal. And it was funny because he's been researching natural methods. And he said, "Well, I walk barefoot in the dirt." And I'm like, "That's good. You're getting minerals." And I told him, I said, "Anything you put on your skin gets absorbed within 26 seconds. So as long as he's walking in the dirt and absorbing those minerals, that was helping him."
That's wonderful. Yeah, the minerals are so critical. You know, I see thousands and thousands of people being affected by taking them and just replenishing what they're missing in their system. So thank you for that. We really appreciate you coming on, and congratulations again on your amazing accomplishment.
Well, thank you for the course. I couldn't have done it without it.
You're welcome. All right, let's turn the call over to the amazing Cheryl Morley. And I'm not liking when Becca puts me and Cheryl on the screen at the same time here, where she looks so incredible today and every day.
Oh my gosh, Paul, you're so nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to tell you something, you guys. Collagen. Okay. That's like my new favorite.
Listen, if it was just collagen, Cheryl, I would be looking like you.
No,
it's
not
more than
true.
collagen over there.
No, I love the collagen. I'm telling everyone about it. I was at tennis this morning and I'm like, "Have you guys tried the collagen?" And they're just like looking at me like I'm absolutely crazy, but I love it. It's really made such a big difference. And I think that's fascinating that after all of this time, like I've never missed the products, right? I never missed the 90 ever. And I added the collagen and really have taken care of like some really cool things. And I see a bit of a difference, right? Which is really amazing that I would even see a difference after this much time.
Bit of a difference. You look like you're 34.
Okay, well, I am 34, Paul. What in the world? I love, you know what? My kids thought I was like 29 forever. And I never said that. That's just like the age that they gave me. Then my husband told them my real age. I'm like, what are you doing? And so now they're like, oh my God, Mom, you're so old. And I'm like, dang it. All right, let me congratulate the next crew because this is very exciting. Okay, here we go. Aurora Moyato, Laura Murphy Lestrade, Deborah Suzanne McNulty, Marilyn Pizzera Spear, Shelby Pope, Nicole Putnam, Dr. Arlene Rose, Ms. Patricia Ann Royals, Nancy Sabara Naratomi, Mark Terpstra, Benjamin P. Temus Jr., Michelle Temus, Linda L. D. Thomas, Doreen L. Trammell, Vicki D. Winkles, and Stacy Yashinsky. Congratulations to each and every one of you. Welcome to our community. We love you, and we are so excited that you have joined us on this fantastic and life-changing mission.
So awesome. So awesome. Congratulations, everyone. And Cheryl, before I introduce the next speaker here, so this is someone that I've worked with a number of times. I think you've met her once, but she continues to want us to come out and do a seminar in St. Martin. So
Well,
I just wondered why we haven't done that quite
Well,
yet.
I don't know why. I'm not sure why you're dragging your feet.
We need to book that like ASAP.
Well, it's not me. I'm not dragging my feet because I can assure you that I want to go.
Listen, there's no I in team here, okay? We're in this together. You're
and let me tell you, this is an international coaching program, which is so exciting to me. And we have a couple of beautiful ladies on here from Australia. Now, we talked to them last night when they were doing their fantastic convention there, and they did ask if we could go to Australia. So let me tell you, I am really excited about that. And I think that's like one of the best things about this business is you get to decide, oh, I like that part of the country, or I like that other country, and you can build your health coaching business there. I mean, how exciting is that? And then you go on the trip over there to train them, to love them, to hug them, to support them, and you write the entire thing off. There's nothing better. There's nothing better than that.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, Cheryl and I planned this out. We live our life by design, not by default. So it's not a coincidence that the next 3 events that we're doing is in the Bahamas next to Baha Mar, and then St. Martin and Australia. It's we're strategically picking the best places in the world to grow. So we're looking. We love traveling. We love doing seminars around the world. And without further ado, this woman is absolutely incredible, and her husband's not that bad either. So she's been with us for a long time. She's straight from St. Martin. Her name is Dr. Nicole Francis Cotton, and she is just a fireball when it comes to knowledge and helping people change their health and move them in the right direction. So Nicole, are you on today?
I am on. Can you hear me?
Good. All right. I heard you had some connection problems, but
I'll take off my video just in case that eats up the bandwidth. So I'll take it off. Okay.
Okay, you look great now, so maybe you can leave it on for a second. It looks like you're working good here.
All right. Thank you so much. And I sincerely appreciate this opportunity. Thank you, Rebecca, for inviting me to be on. And I'd especially like to thank Sabina Asadova, who actually introduced Roy and myself, my husband, Roy Cotton Jr. and I, to this amazing opportunity. And I must say, at first, I was a bit skeptical. I'm not going to lie to you. But when her passion won me over, as she shared about how her life was transformed by Dr. Wallach and longevity. And so then we jumped right in, and I started with the holistic program and graduated, when was it? In 2021, I think it was. And so as the visionary of Victorious Living Foundation, based on beautiful Sunshine City, St. Martin, our aim is to empower, to enlighten, and to transform lives. And we've been doing that for the past 20 years. And so now that we have longevity and the Certified Holistic Health Coaching Program, it's such a perfect balance, is such a perfect marriage, because now as a therapist, I'm a master therapist specializing in trauma, in marriage and family therapy, and helping persons with depression and grief as well. And so what I'm able to do now with the program, when persons come to me with the battery of assessments that I do, I utilize the health assessment. And that health assessment gives a thorough picture of what's happening. And I'm also certified as a lifestyle medicine coach, which focuses on root causes. So I'm able to bring that with what we have at longevity to create a powerful transformative experience for the clients. And now we're taking it to another dimension. We're about to expand into a wellness oasis, Victorious Living Wellness Oasis. And we would love to have longevity partner with us in an even greater dimension, because we see us being able to take people's health holistically, their nutrition, their mental health, their physical being, their spiritual health. And Dr. Rose, who is on this call with us, who's graduating, I want to just shout out to her. She's part of our team. And Dr. Rose is a phenomenal doctor. And she is also utilizing this in her practice. And I'm going to give you one testimony of several that we've had utilizing longevity's products. There's a gentleman that came to me, a businessman, and his anxiety was off the roof. It was so bad that he could not function at work. He could not go to work. He could not function in his marriage. And so utilizing our therapeutic process, plus adding the nutrition, it transformed his health. And today he's back on his job, on his work, doing excellently. And so these are just some of the amazing things that happen as a result of this marriage. And I want to say thank you to Dr. Wallach. And Dr. Wallach was recently on my husband's show, Love and Inspiration, with Roy Cotton Jr. And he did a phenomenal job. The people have been calling us as a result of that interview. And so we look forward to welcoming you to St. Martin, Dr. Wallach. We're all waiting to have you be a part of our environment. I'm right now looking at the beautiful ocean, Cheryl and Paul. And Paul, I think it's cold where you are, so I think you need to come right here to St. Martin.
It's a little cold. Yeah, I'm stuck inside at the moment because can't drive anywhere. But what side of the island do you live on? Do you have the Dutch side or the French side?
I live on the Dutch side, which we call the south side.
Yeah, the beautiful side. Yeah,
it's all beautiful.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So I just want to say congratulations once again. And that's it on my side. We look forward to welcoming you guys to St. Martin. Imagine just escaping and healing at our wellness oasis.
Oh, twist my arm. Congratulations, congratulations. And you know,
Thank you.
we have so many doctors that are taking the holistic health coach. It's Cheryl and I are very honored by that. And you know, we figured, well, doctors would know everything already about, you know, health and getting people healthy. But it's nice to hear from people like you, Dr. Nicole, that and your husband that have so much knowledge in nutrition already, but we're able to come into the course and hear Dr. Wallach's message and fill in those missing pieces that you had, and now your business is thriving and really making a significant impact on people's lives. So congratulations.
Thank you, Paul. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
And
So
you
wonderful.
missed a significant part of it when Sabina introduced us, because you were
Yeah.
really so giving and kind. So I appreciate that.
You're welcome. We'll be very kind here. So so Cheryl and I have a very special podcast coming out on Tuesday about gratitudes. In the States here on Thursday, it's going to be Thanksgiving. We thought we would talk about being grateful and coming up with a list of things. So one of the things, Cheryl, we should be most grateful for is Sabina for building all these international teams and enabling us to travel to all these amazing destinations and just help people in the sunshine.
Yeah, absolutely. Yay, Sabina.
Yeah, yay, Sabina. All right, we have one more alumni to speak. So every graduation, we want to have a couple alumni come on here and speak. Actually, I think you want to hold off for a second, Cheryl, on that. And I want to turn the call over to you because I know you have Cheryl's always got things going on. I mean, there's this running joke that, so I actually have to post this video because Angelica made a video of Cheryl, imitating Cheryl. And it was spot on, you know, how Cheryl and I talk during the day, because Angelica is part of most of our conversations. And Cheryl was like, oh, we got this going on. Is that done? And that going on? You know, oh, I got to go. You know, so she's always coming and going really fast. So I know you have another appointment coming up, Cheryl. So I just want, you know, listen, I'm the most blessed guy in the whole world to be able to be business partners with you and to create this incredible course together. And oh my gosh, the new one coming out is just going to be, I mean, we worked really hard. We worked over a year putting this new one together that we'll be launching here this week. And I can't think of a better person on the planet to do this with than you, Cheryl.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Paul. Well, yes, I do have to run. And any of you that have kids, teenagers, young teenagers, that's where I'm at right now in my life. And let me tell you, it is so crazy. I kept thinking, oh, it's going to get easier. It's going to get easier as they get older. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And they're twins. And so I'm running like, there's only one of me. It's the craziest thing. I'm loving it though. And they really are so much fun. But I just wanted to say congratulations to each of you. And I'm so excited about the new 2.0 holistic health coaching program. And I think the reason why I'm so excited about it is because we're adding a couple of things to it that is like, it's like my wheelhouse. It's like the only thing, it's like what drives me to do this. And that is you guys as health coaches get to win huge like getaways, like huge. I mean, we're going to have massive, I guess I'll just say vacations with you as a community, and we get to travel together and have fun together. And there's that.
Cheryl, hang on a second. Let's properly vacations. It's ultimate luxury elite retreats is what we're putting on here.
Okay. Thank you for those words. Oh my gosh, Paul, that's just a given. Okay. That's just a given when I say vacation. So, but I'm super excited about that because each of you will have the opportunity to win that, and we'll all get to do that together. So for me, that is like what I'm most excited about coming up. And just, really congratulations that each of you have taken this opportunity and chosen to come with us on this journey and really make Dr. Wallach's legacy a reality by being the type of person that wants to learn all of these things, help yourself so that you can again turn around and help others. And, you know, there was a time when I was raising my kids when they were really young, that I kind of took a step back, and then I was kind of trying to figure out, well, what am I going to do? Well, how am I going to do it? This is quite a long time ago. And I remember sitting at my table and just kind of thinking about things. And I just thought that this is where I need to be. This is my calling. This is what I need to be doing, because I can reach people that nobody else can. And I just want to say that to each of you. Each of you can reach people and help people and support people and get the knowledge into their hands. Each of you can reach people that nobody else can. And I love to look at it like that, because each of us are so important. We are, we're very unique, and we are all, but then again, we are all together in this community of the health coaching program. So I'm excited. I cannot wait to work with you to really be on this journey with each of you. So congratulations on your graduation day, and we look forward to seeing you, on Monday, right?
Yes.
Okay, on Monday on our training call. Thanks, you guys. Thank you so much, Paul. I really appreciate everything that you've done. And Dr. Wallach, as you know, my favorite person. Love you.
Awesome. Thank you, Cheryl. And thank you again for being the sizzle on the steak here. You just have added so much to this program, and couldn't have done this without you. So thank you for all that you do.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, Cheryl. All right, next, we have a very special guest. And he's a brother from another mother. He's one of my best friends. Care about the guy so much. We cause a little bit of a trouble when we get together. It's never a safe event if we're in the same place at the same time. But I love Rod to death, and he's got the best heart in the world, and has helped so many people. And just love you, Rod. So we'd like to come on for a few moments, and just you're been a graduate. I think you were in one of the first, not the first, graduating class. So just tell us about your experience with the coaching program since graduating, and all your experiences that you've gone through.
Oh,
and
wow.
any advice you have for a new graduate, that would be a good thing to add in there.
Sure. Can you hear me well?
Oh, I can hear you for sure. Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you guys so much for inviting me on this call, and congratulations to all the new graduates. During this time, I get so excited because I feel like it's a renewal, not just for them, but also myself, that it's a reminder to see how important and how great this class is. And just Dr. Wallach and Steve, they're so touchable and so personable that it makes you so excited, because people of that caliber of Dr. Wallach and Steve, that knowing they can contend with anybody in knowledge and experience and what they do, but they're so touchable. When I lived in San Diego for over 20 years, I go to longevity, and Steve and Dr. Wallach just walking around. And Steve will see you and he recognizes you. Hey, Rod. And he walk up to you and just talk to you, just like most CEOs and business people you can't get that close to. But he walks and he talks to you. And I was talking last year, and I said, man, who is this on my birthday wish? And it said, you have a new birthday wish. And I'm looking at it and said, Steve Wallach. And you're thinking that they just see you and wave you off, but they're so personable that they're actually in your life. And Dr. Wallach see you and he, how you doing? I said, you don't remember me, but he said, oh, I remember you. I remember helping you with your blood pressure. I'm just appalled of how much they really remember and care for the people. So longevity is so great. It's bigger than the company. And everyone who's graduating, I just want to remind you that you're not in a company, you're in a new family, you're in an extended family. And I want you to take advantage of this family, cross line, up line, down line. We're just one big family. And I saw the couple, and it's good to see the family, especially in the Caribbean, St. Martin. I can't wait to go there. I'm definitely taking that trip. If you need security, I'm part of your crew for sure. That's what I do. So I just want to be brief and say that longevity came into my life about 2007, and it changed my life and so many members of my family. I met Dr. Wallach in San Diego. I'm a federal officer. I basically, this is kind of fun to know that I basically investigate judges. I make sure the judges are following the protocol on their sentencing guidelines. I check everybody who gets sentenced federally and law enforcement on the western side of Texas, that when they get a sentence, I investigate the judges, making sure they're following the right guidelines. And also I compute the time for people to get out of prison. So I've been working law enforcement, but I'm so excited by the next chapter of my life. I have 6 months before I retire after 26 years of law enforcement, including my military. But this next chapter reminds me of everyone who's graduating. This is your next chapter. I want you to be excited. I want you to take it and not take it for granted. This business is simple, but it's definitely not easy. And this course has given me purpose. I was doing longevity since 2007, just trying to find my own way. And I was trying to find a way to present, find a way to help people with their products, trying to see what the best price was. And all of a sudden, Paul and Cheryl came up with this course. And when they came with this course, it was like the biggest godsend because I had everything I needed in line. You show the health evaluation and you get people signed up and they start your business. And it was just that simple. Show the health evaluation, get them started. Show the health evaluation, get them started. It gave me so much purpose because my whole life I've been into sports and working out and law enforcement. But when I first went to school, I was going to school for physical therapy. But as a young man getting into my own life, I became a young father and I'm trying to work and I was married, trying to go to school. So I wanted to be a physical therapist, but there's no way at the time I was going to school for 8 years. And Paul and Cheryl came and they condensed 8 to 12 years and 50 years of Dr. Waller's experience, another 30 years of Steve's experience and all the rest of the doctors into like weeks and months. So I was like, here's my school. I don't have to learn American history to help heal the body. Thank you, Paul and Cheryl, for this company. Thank you for giving me more purpose. I hope everyone who's graduating understanding that you have a bigger purpose and a bigger chapter. And graduating doesn't mean the end of anything. It's the beginning. When you graduated high school, you graduated college, it's not the end, but the beginning of something new. And this business has helped me business-wise, health-wise. I'll give a quick testimonial and it's really big. My sister, who's 6 years younger than I am, she had a heart condition and she had to have open heart surgery at the age of 41, she was told. And I told her about the brain and heart, and I couldn't even afford what Dr. Waller was telling. I'm just being honest. I couldn't afford everything he told me, but I gave her everything with the selenium and the EFAs and all the minerals I can get. And in 9 months, they told her that her congestive heart failure was gone. And she was kind of tricked and still having the surgery because I think they just wanted to make money. But they told her that you no longer need the surgery. In 9 months, she didn't need the surgery from what Dr. Waller told us. And I'm just so thankful for this business, for this company, for this extended family, for purpose and the next chapter of our lives. In 6 months, you're going to see Roderick Wiggins doing really, really big things once I retire out of this law enforcement. I just can't wait to go to this next chapter. And I look forward to meeting so many of you guys. I'm so excited for you, excited for longevity, excited for the purpose that Dr. Waller has given us. Thank you so much, Paul and Cheryl.
Hey, thank you, Rod. It was wonderful. Thank you for sharing those stories. And just so grateful that, your mother was being able to, be healed and live an amazing, become healthy. You had some health challenges too and overcame them with this. And not only that, but you learned everything from the course and are now helping other people as well. So been an amazing journey being with you, man. And can't wait to see the next chapter here. We got some new beach retreats we got planned, and so we're looking forward to getting back together with you and having some good times.
You and I together, Paul. It caused chaos, so let's do it. I'm ready.
Yeah, let's do it for sure. All right, thank you so much, Rod. Congratulations. All right. Well, we couldn't end this graduation ceremony without having the person that makes the whole thing stick together work. It would fall apart if it wasn't for Becca. She's just been an amazing person. She's the hardest working person in the entire company of longevity. She has 2 million things going on. I've always admire not just Becca, but all women, that how many things Cheryl can multitask and be doing 20 things at once. And I literally cannot chew gum and walk at the same time. So it's a very unique gift that Becca has, that she's able to do so many different things, wear so many different hats, and excel at all of them. And it's just, it's been so amazing. I mean, the most amazing thing I think I've had here at Longevity is watching Becca's career take off. And I remember first meeting you, Becca, and working with you. And it's just been the best thing ever, connecting with you and working with you. So I think I'm speaking on the behalf of every single graduate that we've ever had. We're grateful from the bottom of our hearts for all that you have done and continue to do on a daily basis to make this thing work.
Well, I think it's pretty crazy that I can make, so many different things work, but I can't even get my own virtual background to come up. So what's
At
up
least
with
you got
that?
unmuted. And I do know you know, I talk about your multitasking, but I did hear you say in a chat we had earlier that you had a bit of a challenge getting going to bed the other night, right? Was it going to bed or getting up? It was going to bed, right?
If you were a friend, you wouldn't make me laugh and smile. Just saying,
Yep.
but it goes to prove we have some amazing products. We have some amazing collagen. I did not break a single bone. No pulled tendons, just a little bit of soreness, and yeah, we've
Yeah,
got some
you look
good stuff,
amazing.
folks. And we have great makeup. Telling
do.
you,
With
we
no
have some
toxins.
great makeup, no toxins, minerals, like was it Linda that said anything you put on your skin within 26 seconds is absorbed? So I'm like constantly absorbing minerals. I absolutely love it and feel better now over 50 than I did in my 20s. So hey, yeah.
You look better
But
too.
oh yeah, by far. Before and after pictures, I wouldn't have believed it myself. So everybody, that just goes to prove, take a picture right now. Take a picture right now. And in fact, I am going to take a picture right now of everybody who is on this call. So make sure that you're smiling. And if you're not in your chair, I'm sorry, you're going to miss this. So smile, everybody. There is page 1 and page 2. Dr. Nicole, one more time. Smile. All right. And page 3. Awesome. Awesome. So I love this. Paul, for me, this is like family reunion time every 3 months. That is like fantastic. I love it. Because not only are we like gathering together family from the very first graduating class and even before the Institute of Wholistic Health, we're all coming together every 4 months, 3 months, and celebrating each other and our accomplishments. And, there's so much that goes on within life that we lose part of the importance of community, the importance of building those relationships, those friendships that help support us with common goals and purpose. And it is just so exciting for me to welcome in brand new certified holistic health coaches. And as I was putting together this list, I was going through the names. I'm like, 9 of them are in my team. That is so fantastic. So, and so I think that, and I saw a list, Paul, and I was going to ask, is that like starting from day 1 or from like when the new program starts out? Because if it's like from the new program starts out, I'm already an ambassador because that makes 102 coaches.
Wow.
So I am super
great.
excited. And this is just, hey, folks, we all have mouths to speak. Open it. Open your mouth. You are empowered with information and knowledge, and you don't have to be a doctor to share it. I love our doctors. I do. I have so much respect for them and all of the schooling that they went through to get where they're at and be able to do what they do. And the fact that they are taking on this concept of really adding nutrition into their practice that just really increases my respect for them, because that's not something that they were taught in school for the most part. Some of them maybe. And I see Dr. Arlene shaking her head. No, she wasn't something that she was taught in school. But from my own personal experience, the medical system was failing me, and I was getting sicker and sicker listening to them. And I don't hold any animosity towards them at all, because they were only doing what they were taught to do. But whenever I opened up my mind, I'm like, okay, I've tried all these other things. I haven't tried this yet. Yes, I was going by, what was told to be healthy eating. I didn't eat a bunch of junk food. I didn't drink a whole bunch of soda. I only used natural raw sugar, and I ground my own wheat and did all my own baking. And, so I was doing all of these things from scratch, doing what I thought was supposed to be healthy. And I kept getting sicker and sicker until I was bedridden, in pain. I gained 120 pounds with my last pregnancy. I hormonally was a train wreck, and I had, I don't have my list in front of me. I can't remember if it was 13 or 17 different labels of diagnoses, and had been suffering from migraine since I was 8 years old. Well, the migraines were the first thing to go, and then the all over body pain, and then to be able to roll myself out of bed and walk across the floor without hitting the floor from the pain. It just was incredible. And that was all within the first 3 months, plus I lost 20 pounds in that. And altogether, I am down 105 pounds. I'm not quite to my goal weight, but I love the fact that I don't have sagging skin everywhere. And I feel fabulous. And you can too. I love the fact that it's not just works for me, that I have, I was going to say dozens and dozens, but it's actually hundreds of people that are experiencing things very similar.
Yeah.
So no, it's not a one size fits all. I love the fact that the formulations are designed that we can tailor things to help an individual. And that's what this coach teaches. The 4 areas of health, how they're affected by nutritional deficiencies, and how we are able to use the longevity products as a solution. I love solutions. So world is full of problems. Let's focus on the solutions and go out there and share them with others. Institute of Wholistic Health, certified holistic health coaches, present and new. I love you. You guys are wonderful. You're fabulous. And I have to thank Paul, because he did something for me that I'm able to do now for others. And that's to see the potential in others and help encourage them and push them to finding their full potential, because you are all individuals that are empowered and have the ability to take your journey, whether it's your health journey, financial journey, just your journey, into your own hands and decide, what do you want? And we help you along the way in reaching that. Paul? Oh, and
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
I have to say one thing. That was not fair, you putting me after Coach Rod. Not fair.
Yeah.
Because he has an amazing story and he's doing amazing things. And I love the fact that he's not even 50 yet and getting ready to retire.
Yeah.
I messed up.
Well, statistically speaking, people, the whole word retirement isn't as and Rod is retiring from one job, but is going full time into the career of being a holistic health coach as he wants to be. So my advice to a lot of people, and as part of the new program rolling out, we talk about the word retirement and how people who retire, they really have an attitude that their life is over. So it just as much of this is about nutrition and diet and water. It's also about emotions and the way we talk to ourselves and the effect that not having a purpose in life does. So when people are working, they feel like they have a purpose. When they are retired, that purpose kind of goes away, and you see people die extremely quickly after they retire. So I encourage all of you to not retire and to really look at your life from the perspective that Cheryl and I teach, which is to elevate your life 1% every single day. I wake up in the morning and my only focus is how can I elevate my life and the lives of others by just 1% today. So I'm looking all the time to not only work on myself, but work on other people and help them elevate. So Becca, I remember being with you when we first met in person and coming up with your vision and seeing things in the future that your life is going to be. And man, it's just been a great experience watching all that happen for you and beyond, like things we even think would happened. So it's been just an honor to be able to watch your journey the whole way and how much you've changed your life and the lives of thousands of other people. Now, we at the Institute of Wholistic Health, we have clients, we have coaches, and we have CEOs. And Becca's really harnessed that concept of course, she's a client herself, and she has a gazillion clients herself. But she also is focused on getting a bunch of coaches on her team, which makes her a CEO, which basically makes her like a franchise owner. She has all these 102 people out there, whether she's sunbathing or at the park or doing whatever with her children or family, always making money. So again, and this is something that Steve and I talk about a lot, which is it's not just physical health that matters to us, it's emotional and financial health as well. Because what we're really seeing in the world today is people stressed out of their minds over things. Cost of things is just incredible. I just saw an article that credit card use is at a 20-year high right now. People are just maxing out credit cards, and a lot of people are in a very bad financial place. And this is the one place you can come where you're guaranteed to have an incredible income. You're not leaving it up to the rest of the world. This is a profession. We have a saying that we truly believe that health coaches are the future of healthcare. First of all, we don't even believe healthcare exists at the moment because it's really sick care. All these doctors and pharmacists are just out there to help sick people. They're never worried about, and never thinking or considering the prevention side of things, where we, of course, fix people, help people overcome health challenges, but we're also looking to put some prevention in place where this never happens again and to prevent other bad things from happening in the future. So, Becca, do you have one more thing you wanted to say, or are you good?
I did have one more thing I wanted to say. Paul, you and Cheryl are brilliant.
Thank you.
In a
Make sure you
time
tell
of
Cheryl that when
need,
she gets back.
yes. I mean, in a time of need, at the beginning of 2020, you guys had been thinking about doing something like this, but then you jumped all in, put it together, gave us something to do rather than dwell on what was going on all around us as a response and answer to keep us from falling into that mental and emotional pitfall that so many people have done. So I just am so thankful for the Institute of Wholistic Health and am totally beyond honored to be part of it and make sure that everybody is getting connected and getting into the course and making, just keep the wheels turning. So you guys threw the wheels together and I'm just keeping them going. And it's my honor. And I love the fact I get to work with all of you. So
yeah,
thank you.
Thank you, Becca. And every year we sit around the Thanksgiving table and we all go around and give one thing that we're thankful for this year. And my one thing is Becca. Becca's my one thing that I'm super grateful for, to have you in my life and for all that you do. I mean, it's just incredible. So thank you. And with all that, What was that, Becca?
I just said thank you and thank you, everybody.
Yeah, I think you're welcome. And so as we wrap up this amazing graduation today, I just want to again congratulate everyone that has just graduated or has graduated in the past. What an amazing accomplishment. We talk about the habit of celebration, looking for wins in your life. So I think I know the number one thing that has changed my life recently is that I've made it non-negotiable to write down 3 things every single day that were a win today. Actually, to be completely honest, I think of 3 things the night before. Last night, I thought of 3 things for today. And I thought if I could do this, this, and this, have these 3 wins tomorrow will be a successful day. I will have elevated my life if I do at least these 3 things. And I do that every single day. So I have 3 things a day, which is 21 a week, 84 a month. And I have over 1,000 things already for 2022 that I have considered wins in my life. Now, some of them are really small and some of them are humongous. But it's always important to take the time like today and really understand what an amazing accomplishment this is. I mean, this course was difficult. I actually talked to a guy this morning who finished the course, but he never took any of the tests. He didn't fill out for graduation. I'm like, Rob, you gotta actually take the test. He's like, oh, those tests are too hard. I don't think I can pass them. I'm like, listen, we didn't make them that difficult. So it's there, so it is, we made it challenging. The new course is even more challenging, but we wanted to bring in more of Dr. Wallach's work, talk more about Dr. Wallach's solutions to different problems, and also educate people more on these longevity products. We just think that there's a severe lack of understanding how incredible the products we have here at Longevity are. I mean, they're completely life-changing. So we're so honored to be able to create this army of people who are out there sharing Dr. Wallach's message and helping people every single day. So thank you, all of you from the bottom of our hearts for being part of this incredible family. Thank all of the alumni for coming today and making this a very special day for the new graduates. So with that, we'll see you on our coaching call on Monday, where we will go over all of your wins, celebrate some more, and also help you with any challenges that you might be having. So thank you, everyone. We'll see you on Monday.
One more thing, Paul, you got to talk about, I just want to wish everybody a very, very, especially if you're in the States or anywhere that is celebrating at the end of this year. Happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, all of the special holy days that you guys are sharing and participating in. Blessings to you all, and thanks for being part of the Institute of Holistic Health, Certified Holistic Health Coach course family.
Awesome. Thank you, Becca. We'll be posting, I've already did post on Facebook, the new graduation dates for 2023. So the next graduation actually isn't until March 3rd right now. So we kind of adjusted the dates a little bit for next year to fit people's schedules a little bit better. So that's posted. We'll make sure we're posted again for everyone to see. But until then, everyone have a great week. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone, if we don't see you, but hopefully we'll see you Monday on our coaching call. So bye for now, everyone.
All right, bye, everybody.
Let's open the lines up and have everyone congratulate everyone here.
Yes. Go ahead.
Congratulations, everyone.
Congratulations, everyone.
Congratulations, everyone.
Congratulations.
Congratulations,
everyone.
Good job, everyone.
Congratulations. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you, Becca. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Have a wonderful weekend.
You too.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
What a happy noise this is.
Love it.
Congratulations.
The neighborhood is very similar
Beautiful noise.
in congratulations.